Hi all, my name's Mark O'Hare from Sporting Bet. This is the time to talk Football League now, and I'm on my own as Chris Graham has deserted me again this week. I say again, we were together the last 2 weeks, but anyway. Time to talk Football League now, and apologies on last week, a terrible trio of picks, but let's move swiftly on, because I've gone the complete opposite of last weekend and taken 3 odds-on shots, who I hope, I really hope, and I think I might have 3 bankers here for us. So we'll start in the Championship with Sheffield Wednesday against Derby, and it's worth saying that the fat goth who we slag off every week, Dave Jones, in charge of Sheffield Wednesday, deserves a lot of credit for what he's been doing at the moment. 6 wins from 9 now for Wednesday. Out of the bottom 3, they've kept 5 clean sheets in that run too, including 4 on the trot at one state, and so excellent work from Wednesday. They've really put us to shame. I can see a lot of reason why people will think the 13-10 on Wednesday to beat Derby this weekend will be value and a decent price. But it's not for me. They've only won 5 of their 15 games at Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday, which is enough to put me off. And I know Derby have lost 8 of their 14 away Championship fixtures, but I just can't be backing Wednesday at home. There's something about them when they play at home. They don't seem to perform to the normal standards. They're a better team when they play away from home, I think. So I'm going to take the slightly shorter price as well, the 10-11 on over 2.5 goals. Reason being, if we do see a winner in this game, I think it will be, or I don't think it will be to nil, I should say. A sort of 2-1, a 3-2, a 1-1, a 2-2. 1-1, where do I get that from? Anyway, you get my drift. And the meeting at Pride Park ended at 2-2 here, so overs banked in that one. And over 2.5 goals is banked in 3 of Wednesday's last 4 league matches. They've only failed to score 3 times in the last 10. Of course, they had that terrible losing streak beforehand where they just couldn't score a goal either, but they've scored in 7 of the last 10 games now. Only kept 2 home clean sheets in their 15 matches at home, and Hillsborough matches are averaging 3 goals per game. We look at Derby, and 12 of their last 18 have seen over 2.5 goals, including 3 of the last 4. They've only kept 5 clean sheets in their 29 matches this season. That's just 2 in 14 away. And they've only failed to score once in the last 12 matches too. So 10-11 over 2.5 goals is the first pick from Sheffield Wednesday against Derby. Move on to League One now, and it's really the haves and the have-nots. The team who are going great places and the team who really aren't. And it's Bournemouth against Portsmouth here. And I was quite intrigued to see how Portsmouth got on in midweek. They went to Scunthorpe, especially on the back of Guy Whittingham's very harsh, well, not harsh, but very critical views on how they played against Colchester in the weekend, where they lost 3-2. He questioned the commitment, and I thought if they're going to get out of it, it's going to be at Scunthorpe, who just can't win at home. Of course, Scunthorpe outgunned them as well. But more interestingly, things just don't seem to be right at Pompey at the moment. Goal scorer in midweek, Liam Walker, actually came out and seemed to, in my eyes, have a dig at Guy Whittingham. He said there wasn't a problem with the attitude or commitment with the players. It's just that the team just weren't playing the right way. So clearly morale's at an all-time low, and it's no surprise when the team have taken 3 points from 17 league games. Desperately poor form. They've lost 8 on the bounce now, and they've conceded 2 goals in all of those 8 defeats as well. Complete opposite at Bournemouth. They're absolutely flying. It's 13 wins, 5 draws and 1 defeat now under Eddie Howe. They added Matt Ritchie to their squad, one of the best players in the league, and they've already got one of the best squads in the league too. Just the stronger are getting stronger, and they swept MK Dons aside 3-0 away last weekend, which is an outstanding result. Of course, they're too short to back outright in this match price, but if you back them in the half-time, full-time market, they're 4-6, which holds a huge amount of appeal because they've won 7 of the last 10 in the league, and in those 7 wins, the half-time, full-time bet would have banked. So 4-6 on Bournemouth in the half-time, full-time market holds plenty of appeal. Finally, into League Two then, Aldershot against Plymouth, a real battle of the bottom in League Two, and 2 teams who went about their business in complete opposite ways, I think. If you remember back, Aldershot had lost 9 times before the end of October, but they decided to stick with Dean Holsworth, and since then he's guided the team to just 4 defeats. But the problem remains is scoring goals, just 26 and 29. That's the reason they're struggling, and that's the reason why they've only won 7 games this season, and that's another reason why to swerve them this weekend. And there's reasons to probably back Plymouth. The fact that John Sheridan's been brought in, of course, it was horrible viewing that video, seeing Carl Fletcher losing his job at Plymouth in tears after a rotten run of form. And Sheridan's overseen 5 points from the last 3 games since he's taken charge, including 2 clean sheets. But Aldershot, of course, don't lose too many games anymore. They're very tight at the back, but so are Plymouth. We just mentioned those clean sheets since Sheridan's taken charge. That's a sort of solid foundation that I'm going for in this bet, which is an under 2.5 goals bet at 3 to 4. 9 of Plymouth's last 12 have gone under 2.5 goals. They've only scored 13 goals away from home, and they've kept 2 away clean sheets. As for Aldershot, under 2.5 stats are even better here. 11 of the last 15 have gone under 2.5. And if you look at teams in 10th and below in League 2, Aldershot have played them 18 times and 14 of them have gone under 2.5 goals. I don't think either of these sides will want to lose this match. I think they'll be very defensive. They'll look to nick a goal on the break and just make sure their house is in order before they go forward with the ball. So 3 to 4 under 2.5 goals seems like a safe play to me. So round them up: Aldershot, Plymouth, 3 to 4 under 2.5 goals. We've got Bournemouth half-time, full-time, 4 to 6 in a double result v Portsmouth, and Sheffield Wednesday v Derby over 2.5 goals at 10 to 11. That's my 3 Football League bets this week. Hopefully I'll be back with Chris Graham and to amuse you all next week. Good luck. Bye bye.